first one, what's the name? Is it Saintcarter podcast? Or I don't know the exact name, but we're about to come up with the name. We got a special guest, a legend in the building, Cokes, Sara, Koki. So what's your name? What's your real name? Because I feel like a
That's
lot
a
of people have
story.
hella confusions about like what's your name.
So I ask myself that same question every day. My name is Sarah.
Okay,
In
okay,
government, legally, on legal documents, it's Sarah.
Sara.
Uh, but people who know me, like know me.
Okay,
And I'm sorry if you don't know this because you probably know me. It's a family thing. They go by Cokes, Koki. Koki is
Koki.
my nickname. But people they change it up to Cokes. They change it up to, you know, all these different kinds of other things. So
Well, are we gonna tell?
today,
Are we gonna tell people the name before Sara, or are we not gonna tell that process?
oh, my
Because I'm pretty
legal
sure
mix.
no one knows about that yet. I know what we gotta tell the people. We gotta tell the people.
All right. So my birth name is Kalkidan.
What is it?
Kalkidan.
Galkidan. And by the way, I
Hmm.
swear she told me this, but I dead ass forgot that the actual name.
Yeah.
Galkidan. Okay.
And Kalkidan. And when I was in, what was it, first grade,
Okay.
I hated my mom used to call me Koki. Like
Okay.
that was just my name always, but I just hated it. I felt like that was a house name. And I was like, I
Yeah.
hated my name. No one can say it. No one can pronounce it.
Yeah.
So we together chose Sarah.
Sara. Did you choose her, or she chose it for you? Because like
I think
African moms, they
I think I chose it.
you chose
Yeah.
it. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I think I like no, at first I wanted to be called Angel.
Angel, that should have been lit. Angel.
Yeah, and I was Angel, like yeah, I think some girl in my class was named Angel and I thought that was a cute name.
Oh,
But we both agreed on Sarah and she went to the court and changed it.
yeah, Sara.
Hmm.
And we introduced each other as I knew you as Koki. I never really
Koki.
knew you as Sara.
But you called me Cookie, didn't
I
you?
did call you Cookie, and my mom still calls you Cookie, which is crazy as hell. But
Mm.
I did call her Cookie, and she gave me hell for years because of that. But I think it's because the way it's pronounced. It's Kokie.
Kie.
So I'm one letter
Yeah.
off from Koki or Cookie, right?
Yeah, but it's not I'm not a cookie. I'm not
You're not,
a I'm
but
just
I've
kidding.
never, no respect, I've never met a Cookie. So that's a unique ass name. So that's a plus one right there.
Thank you.
That's a plus one. That's a
I
plus.
might just change it to that. Like, let's edit this and make it Cokes or
Make
Cookie.
yeah, okay. So
Let's do it. I'm just kidding.
we can do it right now. So Cokes
No,
is an actress, right? Is
I
that what we're
am.
calling it?
Yes.
Are you an
Yeah.
actress, a model? Like what are we calling you at this point? A superstar?
Ooh,
What
stop.
what
Don't
else?
gas
Going.
me.
So what do you go by? What's your title? I
I
don't know
would
if
say
out here
actress.
goes by any title or anything, but what are you?
I would say actress. Yeah, actress primarily. I do love modeling. I've started to do that too, but I'd say I'm an actress.
You're an
I've
actor.
like finally starting to like claim it.
Okay, okay. It's crazy because I always
Hmm.
like so. If anybody doesn't know, I used to act as well, and I always get the confusion of like for a female, we say actresses, but then they're an actor as well. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if
Mm.
I don't know what's the mix of that. Females feeling comfortable by be called an actor. Like if I called you an actor, is that weird or no? That's lit.
No, that's fine.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't I don't think there's a difference between the two. I think it's just
And one
like
female,
waiter, waitress, like it's
yeah,
just the way that, yeah, people will
okay,
identify themselves with anything. But actor's fine.
definitely. And I
Yeah.
did have you played in two movies so far, right? Is
Yes.
that so? We're gonna flex you right now. Two movies, plenty of photo shoots. You know what I'm saying? She's been training for
Yeah.
is it about a year now?
Yeah. Oh, now it's like a year and 2 months.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, so you're right. I've been in two films, short films that I did in Arizona.
Arizona.
with a great director,
Okay.
Tiana Felice. I hope I said her last name right. But yeah, it was really great. Great
Okay.
experiences, really in-depth uh characters, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Especially the first one. The first one was a lot. I didn't realize I'd be um like I guess using so much of my emotions in that one. So
It
it
was
was a challenge, but it
very
was
intense,
fun.
right? It was where it was very like suicidal talk, depression, a lot
Yeah.
of topics that I feel like, because like even me personally, like I watched the film with you, but then as well as like I watched it multiple times after, and bro, that movie
Thank
is
you.
so impactful. So if you guys ever had a chance, like go check it out. And I'm sorry, I don't remember. Is it Suicide Prevention? Right, the name?
It's called Precious Baby, but it's like a suicide prevention or awareness
I
film.
remember that because you were precious. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That was the
My
character.
character's name was Precious.
Precious, cool, cool, cool. So
Hmm.
to anybody watching this, like I'm pretty sure like a lot of people. So the goal of this podcast is just like hearing from inspiring people that are out there chasing their, like I always say, let's, instead of chasing your dream, we got to live our dream, which means like I think there, instead of like trying to run towards something, I think there's tears to it, you know, like I think like even her saying like her going to her acting class, like now she's living her dream, right? And for me too, as well as like when I started my first acting class, or when I even picked up my phone and just started, you know what I'm saying, making music on my phone, like that's a tier of living your dream. And then obviously it goes up. So the first tier of you living your dream, like how was that? Was it nervous? Were you confident? Because I'm pretty sure it was something new, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well, to talk about what you were saying, I feel like that's 100% true. Like, I think there's this thing where we always feel like you need to be something or someone to be
yeah,
able to be happy or like be fulfilled, where it's like you can choose that every day. And like
every
that's
day.
with like where like you don't need to be like perfect and then you can do this. Like
Yeah.
you can, if you want to act or if you want to do music, like you don't need to like have done this and this and then you can start.
Yes, sir.
You can, you know what I
That's
mean?
what I was
Like
talking
just
about.
do it.
Yeah, just
Just
do it,
start.
man. Listen, man, life is short, man. Like you don't,
Yeah.
if you working a 9 to 5, if you slaving your ass 80 hours a week, whatever you're doing, like try to do something. It's funny that she drank that because she just said, you know, we ain't gonna give no free brand deals, and she just started sipping on it. We gonna flex
I
McDonald's.
hit him. No, no, I hit the logo. Don't say the name.
All right, all right, all right. But we gonna act like this podcast got millions of views. So we gonna just flex it. But right now, McDonald's. She, by the way, I don't know if you ever knew, but Koki put me on. If you do get the McDonald's cup, it gotta be clear. It has to be. The Powerade hack. Show them that.
So I usually they don't got Powerade in New York. I mean, the McDonald's in New York. They only got the high C.
Okay,
So the clear, it's aesthetics. You see,
it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
it's a vibe. It's like a Starbucks cup. Like it's lit.
All right, let's get back on what were we talking
But
about? We were saying
uh,
live your dream.
yeah. And I think you asked if like how I felt. That
Yeah.
was so I. How old was I? I was like 24, 20, about to be 25, and I wasn't happy, and I just kind of like I was terrified, if anything. I just felt one, I wanted to do something that I've always wanted to try. Like I've always wanted to take an acting class. And but I was terrified, like completely terrified. I remember sitting in the parking lot and not wanting to go in. Like I was not, I signed up for classes. I was gonna go. I drove there and I was like, no way, I'm not going inside there. Like, what is wrong with me? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do this in front of people because I've never done anything like that. I've never done theater. I've never, and especially I like we always talk about this. Like as you get older, there's like a, I don't know, like I think maybe we live life and like we there's reality checks where you're more fearful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so, I think I was like, if I was younger, I'd been like, hell yeah, let me go in there. But I don't know. I just got more fearful as I got older, and so yeah, I think after I took that leap, I mean, I'm happy I did it. I'm a lot more happier now. So
Yes, sir.
here we are today,
Yeah.
and I've completely changed career path. I've completely changed what I wanted to do now, and
So
Never in a million years would have thought I'd been here, but I'm really happy that I am.
what was your plan before? Like, what was your game plan before? Did you have a game plan, or you were just kind of winging it?
And I was definitely winging it. I didn't know. I think I was lying to myself saying like I knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
Like my thing was like I know I want to help people, but like I didn't know what that meant.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and I was working like I did like nonprofit stuff, and I went to excuse me, I went to school for what's it called? Global health. Like I graduated with a bachelor. I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous again.
Yo, this is the first podcast. First of all, shout out to her last minute. I had a lot of people. I hit up. Like my list is crazy. I hit up so many people to come on this podcast, and Sarah is one of the realest.
Say Koki.
I call you Koki. All right, we're gonna call her Koki.
Yeah.
Last minute, I'm talking about. Was it last night? Right.
Yeah, I was
Last
like, I can do it.
last night, I hit her up and I said, "Yo, I need your help." Like, I hit up about 50, 10 near 100 people, and majority of people bullshitting me. So I don't know if we're allowed to curse on this. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, fuck it. A lot of people bullshitting me, and I'm like, nobody really, what I'm saying? So I'm like, the one person I could depend on is her. You know what I'm saying? So last minute, bro, she came ready. She came excited. You feel me? Good energy. And I got my boy 404 Hugo, which is gonna be I don't know if I should spoil that, but he's gonna be the next podcast who actually came in clutch as well. But this is the first ever podcast. Shout out to Koki. You know what I'm saying? And this Mike. By the way, this Mike.
Your first podcast.
Yeah, first podcast.
So congrats to you.
I appreciate you. We had a lot of difficulties. Like me and her was like at 2 hours or an hour before trying to get everything like organized, get the camera ready, get everything. But a lot of shit was just not working. Like this mic right here, I know it looks cute, sexy, whatever. It's not on. It's really just here for aesthetics, you know what I'm saying? So I try to set it up. Cookie, and I'm telling you, but you already know. I tried to set it up, and it just wasn't going through. The software was not getting it, so I have to buy another adapter. But I was just like, I think sometimes in life you just got to start, like over the ways of like day by day or month by month, whatever, like podcast by podcast, and grow. The setup, I know it looks like I've been planning this shit for so long, but really, this is my sister's grass, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of stapled it on there. Like, to say this is because I'm not trying to downgrade what the setup is or the mic or all that. It's just more of like, sometimes you got to just start, like, it don't matter what it is, who it is, just start and then get going. And then I know for sure what this started as is going to be something huge. So I appreciate you, Koki, for coming in clutch and helping me out.
No, of course. It's an honor. Honor for me to be your first guest. Like,
definitely. Okay.
Me?
Yeah, and you in New York City.
I am in New York City.
So we're doing this from New York City. When did you move out there?
It might be a little noisy in here, just so you know.
New York is loud, huh?
Oh my God, yes. I remember I was on the phone I think it was with you the other day. And you were like, wait, are you outside? I'm like, no, I'm in my room.
Oh yeah. It just be like just straight home.
Sirens.
People mad, sirens, all that.
People yelling.
I got an important question. This is a serious question. Are New York people rude as shit?
No.
So it's a myth.
No.
It's fake.
I think it's a myth, personally. I think people are straight up. I think that's the difference. And you need to come with an attitude of not thinking it's Candyland, like wherever you go. Because I think, especially from the West Coast, people are nice. Especially Arizona. People are so nice. Like, genuinely.
Yeah.
And, if you look at someone, they'll smile at you. You don't do that here. You do your own thing,
Yeah. I heard if you smile at people, if you just, I heard the biggest thing is if everybody's walking and you standing still, they're going to run you over.
That's true. Because everyone has somewhere to go. I think that's the thing. But I think people are very straight up. If you're like, I remember asking a lady yesterday, I was like, excuse me, do you work here? She's like, yeah. I was like, where can I find the customer service line? She's like, right here. Like, they're just very to the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get to the point. So why would somebody from because I lived in LA before, and people in LA say the same thing, like people in New York are rude. Why would you think someone from the West Coast would assume people in New York are rude?
Because it's so laid back
Okay.
and people are just so chill. Like I feel like genuinely, like you can smile at people and stuff like that. Like here, people don't got time. I feel like I don't know, and that's what my assumption is. People don't got time. There's always on the go. They always have something to do. Like
Yeah.
even if you're like just saying like I remember complimenting a girl getting her pictures taken. She's definitely in the zone getting pictures taken. If you say like you look so good, she's gonna say thank you and keep going. It's not rude. It's just you're
Nah,
hustling. You know what
hell
I mean?
nah.
Like you're hustling. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like whereas in the West Coast, I feel like you'd be like, oh, that's so stuck up. Like here, it's just
Yeah, yeah. Not hear
we
you.
don't got time. But everyone here is very helpful. What I
And I'm
found,
pretty sure
like,
they get that a lot, you know? Like if they in the
mhm.
street photo shoots, I'm pretty sure how many people walk by and just say, yo, you know what I'm saying, compliment them and stuff like that. How
Yeah, and
did you though? Like were you able to adjust already or not yet?
yeah. I've had to suck it up. Like, understand I'm gonna get lost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look like a tourist for a long time. Like,
Yes.
and I've just like let go of the ego. And if I'm lost, I'm gonna ask somebody. I ask every person that I see. If I don't know where I'm at, if I don't know what's going on, like I just start talking to people. And the thing is, that's the thing. That's what I've noticed. Like people are so nice here. They're willing to help you no matter what, because they
Okay.
know it's a big city. It's overwhelming, and even people who live here ask questions all the time. My aunt's been here for like 30 plus years, and she's still
That's
asking questions. So
crazy.
that's what I think I've grown to love. And there's always something to do, and there's always like I'm gaining weight. I was telling him like
The food,
I'm gaining weight. Bro, the food's amazing.
man, I seen pictures. The food looks crazy. Like
Oh
that's
my
all
God.
when you're like surrounded by like so much good food, like just the discipline of trying to stay right, that's the hardest thing. But you're walking a lot, you know? So like I mean hopefully it
It
balances out.
balances it out. Yeah, you're right.
Maybe you can eat some fried hot dogs or whatever they have. I know they got some crazy food over there. But because it's
Yeah.
walking culture, I guess it'll just equal out, you know. But
I mean, I think so too. I
yeah,
think it's math, right?
definitely. Definitely. And you gotta calculate the situation and stuff. So what's your favorite food you tried out there? Because I know they got so in New York City. They got so many dang cultures. Like it's hard to stick. I remember I was looking through what was it, Postmates in New York City for food,
Mm.
and it was just some stuff I couldn't even like. I seen octopus. I don't know where like who eats. I don't know if you. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people eat octopus, but it
I
was
know, but
yeah.
it's a cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Really. Is it yours?
Couple octopus.
Yeah.
No. So the craziest thing I've ever ate. Oh my gosh! I was in New Orleans. New Orleans, if I said that right, New Orleans.
New
I ate
Orleans.
an alligator. Do you know how disrespectful it is to eat an alligator in a home where alligators are all over the place? You know what I'm saying? I was with my friend Tent, and we went to a restaurant, and I forgot what the area. It's like Mardi Gras area where all that stuff is at, and we had one choice for an appetizer. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like what some chicken, some mozzarella sticks, something fresh. I'm say something fire that's guaranteed. This man said, server, can we get some alligators? I swear he said that. I was confused. I said, I'm not eating that shit, bro. He's like, eat it, bro. I said, I'm
Wow.
not eating it, bro.
Has
When I
he
said,
had
bro,
it before?
he vetted, yeah. This man is different.
Oh,
I know he gonna watch it. This man eat anything, bro. You know those people that just eat anything. Like he probably ate rat, octopus, snake, all that stuff.
rat. Don't-
Nah, so he got the alligator. And he was like, try it. And like something about me is like, even though I tell myself I don't want to do it, like like that already is telling myself. Like I was like, yo, you're a bitch, bro. If you don't eat this, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I always try to. I never try to like let nerves and all that stuff beat me to it. So I'm like, bet I'm gonna try
Yeah.
it. So I tried it, bro. When I say a fucking alligator tastes like a fucking chicken, I swear
I've heard that.
it tastes just like chicken. Like that was a new fear unlocked, and from now on, I guess I like alligator. Like, but it was fire. It was fire. But when you think about it,
Yeah.
when you're eating it, as you're eating the alligator, you're thinking about this shit that's in a swamp. You feel me? Like
Mm.
something that's just dirty, some shit that just like eat your ass. You know what I'm saying? So when I ate that, that was probably gonna be the last time. I'll never eat it again. But that was
I bet you liked
probably
it.
the wildest thing I've ever ate. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I've had anything crazy.
Never had no snake. No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
haven't had
you kind of
anything.
do you count yourself as a picky eater? Because we argue about that all the time. Like, do you see yourself as a picky eater, or are you not?
I think sometimes I can be.
Okay.
I definitely can be, but I'm not hard to please. So that's why I don't want to. I'm like, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, absolutely not. No, but like,
Yeah.
I
No,
think,
definitely.
you know what I mean? If like it's made like that, I'll just work around with, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'm too picky. I feel like I'm
You're
normal,
you're not picky, but you
normal
definitely
bounds,
yeah. You're not picky, but you definitely have. I believe
things I
like
don't like. Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's a list of shit. Like we gonna get real. You know what I'm saying? I think yesterday I told her.
Yeah.
I said, what did I say? I said, yo, you want? Did you get some Five Guys? And she's like, ugh. And I was like, five. I remember hearing Five Guys is crazy expensive for a burger. All
It
that
is
stuff.
expensive.
They overload on fries, but I've never heard a human being saying Five Guys is horrible. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, it's not the worst. Like
And I'm
if someone said,
yeah,
if someone said, eat this burger or this, like I'll eat it. I will eat it. It's not like, but it's just not my first choice.
okay.
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
think it's more of like preference. I started to realize
Preference.
it's definitely just self love. You know, you're not gonna force yourself to eat something you don't like. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever.
Yeah. Like what's something you don't like?
It's crazy. I used to not like. I hate. I don't hate. Me and her actually talked about this so many times. We're removing the word hate out of our vocabulary. But one thing I don't
A
like
strong word.
is I eat seafood. I don't like seafood. I cannot do it. Like I've
Yeah, me
tried
either.
when I was younger. My dad bought some fish sticks at Costco, and when I say this shit was horrible, it was trash. Like from
You
there,
got that fish sticks though?
fish, it was frozen. So now in my head, I think see, and no disrespect to anybody that put a wrap over their face and they eat the little, you know how they get messy. I don't know what it's called, like crawfish, whatever.
Oh,
Like
like hot and juicy.
yeah, like sometimes I'm jealous because the way they eat it, it seems like it's smacking. But that shit just do not like that shit come out the ocean. Like the
Yeah,
shit
it's
that
not my
you know, we don't
thing.
even know what the ocean. We don't even know what's inside there. Y'all just. But I don't want to dish no, say disrespect nobody culture because I know people eat that all the time. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. It's just
bro,
the texture of it, I don't like. And that's what it is for me. I've tried shrimp. Like I've had ceviche. I've had what else? I don't know if I've had like some raw sushis. I've had or sushi, whatever. I don't know if it's
yeah.
plural or not. And then I've had what else? Oh, I've had like crawfish.
Oh,
Like
so you like?
the I've had it.
Oh, I've never tried it. You had it?
Yeah, it's just too chewy.
Too chewy. What
And it
about the
tastes
taste?
like the sea.
Taste? Because I be seeing my sister sometimes. She'll and it's just, like it's a pickle and shit. I'm like, bro, slow the fuck down. And I heard it's expensive. Like one
It
time,
is.
one time I was like messing with her. 'Cause I thought it was just like you know, what I'm saying a fry. You just knock down a fry and shit. And bro, she wanted to beat my ass because I knocked down one crawfish. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like, is that $100? Is $100 just for that? But then I realized the prices on them are pretty expensive, right? When you go to these buffets and stuff like that, or that whenever you go to these places and just eat up. So
Yeah.
damn.
The seafood is really expensive, but to each their own. I think that's the moral of the story. To each their own. But I ain't gonna hate you for it, and I'm not gonna hate it. You
And
know,
we're
just
open to anything. So like
preferences.
podcast, we might have to like Uber eat some seafood and just try it out because we're not gonna bash on seafood because we do want to like. I
I think
generally,
that'd be fun.
I do. It's just the smell of it. I don't care what seafood it is. Everything just smells like fish to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the smell. Also, sushi. Sushi is the only thing I love, and I didn't like it before, but this girl right here put me on. She was like, "You gotta try sushi," and I'm like, "Man, I can't do seafood." She's like, "Just try sushi, sushi. I don't know sushi." It's crazy because I always just come up with nicknames for everything. But with sushi, I didn't like. I just like, nah, that shit did not look good. And then I think someone took a picture of the tail, the fucking tail hanging out. I'm like, y'all didn't even cook that shit. But I guess that's how. What is it? Shrimp is shrimp shows the tail.
It's like shrimp. It's probably like a shrimp tempura or something like that.
Yeah. So then she was like, just come on, try it. When I went, I said, it gotta be fried. I can't eat no raw shit. When I say that shit was so fucking fire. Like that's
Hmm.
but if you haven't tried sushi, you gotta go try it. Get it fried though. If it's your first time, I suggest get it fried. And don't add that little green shit that everybody does. I personally don't like that. I know she does. Right?
What green?
Little
Oh,
green spice.
wasabi?
Is that what it is?
Oh, I don't add wasabi. I just do ginger. I add ginger.
Okay, ginger. And
I
the
put
sauce.
ginger with every bite.
Uh,
Yeah, some chipotle
okay.
mayo, some spicy chipotle.
Good. And then you feel full, but you don't feel like you just ate a burger and you're done. Like you'll be straight. And sushi. Yeah, we
So,
not
let's talk
saying no.
about you. Let's talk about
What you want to ask me, man?
why this podcast?
That's a good question. That's a good. You know what's crazy? The shadow right here is like blocking my. Let me
Just
move a
it's
little.
the microphone, so just put it
It's
down
my right.
or like move it to the side a bit. You don't need to
Uh,
have it directly next to you.
okay.
Like
So
more to this.
what we doing? We go this way, right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
All right, cool, bet. So the reason I started this podcast was I think there's so many inspirational stories out there of people really living their dream. Like I said, I feel like people should focus on living their dream instead of chasing their dream. Because when you live your dream, you're in it. You know what I'm saying? When you're chasing it, you're constantly running, and there's no satisfaction. Once you get to the next level, then you're like, okay. Then you're like, no, I'm not at my dream yet. You know, but I think this podcast alone, I'm dead ass living my dream. I truly feel happy doing this, and the reason I'm doing it is because just bringing inspirational people like closer to me and like getting the world to hear it. You know, like for you to go out, move to New York, to live your dream, to go filming movies, to doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like being on set, doing modeling. You never know who's watching this that can help. You know, like I really feel like there's most of the majority of this world of people like they go to work, they come home, they go to work, come home, but they have a dream. Everyone has a dream, bro. Like I personally believe that every like an all-star game. I feel like everybody who's on Earth right now is an all-star. Like it's an all-star game because like the chances people don't understand the chances of being alive is so fucking rare, bro. Like pull up the stat, but it's like one in what trillions. Like it's so rare to be alive. So the fact that you're alive right now, that means you're already an all-star, right? And then now it's up to you to show out. Like it's not. I don't have a passion. I don't have a dream. I'm not. This is the most I can do. It's not that. Like everyone has capabilities to do whatever they want, and whatever makes them happy. So I feel like because us two are doing it, right? Like we went over that fear. I think we can help the next person out because it's tough. I'm pretty sure you can speak about it on your side as well. As like, bro, going out and fighting for what you want is tough. It's not
It's
easy,
true.
bro. You go through every emotion like that. Like you go through stress, depression, uh, so many different emotions, and it's not because you're living your dream. Because living your dream makes you happy. It's just the fact that it's a fucking lonely route. Like, and I'm pretty sure you can say the same thing. It's like
Mm.
if you have 20 friends growing up, like probably one or two is actually going to go a different route, you know. And sometimes you go in that route is inspiring those 20 people, and they're going to go as well, you know. So what that podcast is about. It's just like helping because I remember growing up when I remember living when I lived in LA doing my film stuff. Like I remember stressing about I didn't get an audition or just over. I have so many things going on. I was overwhelmed and I had anxiety with it. And I remember watching The Breakfast Club, and it would be like Michael B. Jordan on the show, or like whoever it is, an artist or somebody speaking about how their story, how they came up, and like Tiffany Haddish, or like how people, what I'm saying, Tiffany was sleeping in her car, and then Kevin Hart came in encounter with Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart gave her money so she can go get a hotel. You know, like situations like that kind of pushes you to be like, no, like whatever situation I'm in, it's okay. I'm on the right track. I don't care what's happening on the other side. I don't care what car you have. I don't care if you got a better house than me. I don't care if you got more money, if you got a better this or better that. Because what my life is perfect, and what I'm doing is amazing. Because at the end of the day, like I always tell, like if anybody ever like was ever trying to belittle me or do whatever, like I always have this method where I'm like I'll see you in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the goal. It's like I'll see you in 10 years, and we'll see who's work. Because I don't care about. I think if you're living your dream and you're truly happy, money, success, all that shit will come, bro. Just focus on yourself, and that shit will come. And moments like this, like these podcasts, or watching people like on the Breakfast Club and all these different stuff, like truly helped me get through where I had to get through. Like that's the only reason I'm setting up this podcast. Really not shit ready. We just kind of just went ahead and just did it because I just the fear, like whenever you guys have, whenever we have this thing of fear, just kind of erased out my head because I fear, but that overcoming it is so easy now. It's just kind of just going
Yeah.
over it. Or before you're fucking crawling to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think like there's this philosophy. I don't know where he got it from. It might just be from him. Will Smith. He says like
Will Smith, yup.
he says if you're fearful, just do it with fear. Like
What do you mean
just
by
do
that?
it. Like if you're fear laugh. If something scares you,
Yeah.
just do it. Like be fearful, but do it anyway.
Ah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like don't let fear be the reason why you haven't stopped doing that. Like if you
Yeah.
want to jump off a plane but you're scared to, follow it. You're obviously going to be scared, but just do
Yup.
it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's that might be dramatic, but that's with
No,
anything.
skydiving.
Skydiving, yeah, we
You've
both
been
have done it.
skydiving. I've
You've
been
been
skydiving.
skydiving, so yeah, literally, it's scary, it's terrifying, but
Yup.
the jump was worth it at the end of the day. And it's rather you saying like, yeah, I did it, than living a life with regret of not doing whatever is on your heart. And so something like this, like if you want to do a podcast, literally go to the store, get what you need, or just use your phone and set up like you're doing this right now. You're living your dream. You're living like you're living in your happiness. And so
Yeah.
I think
And we're
we
both.
often tell ourselves we can't do something where you
Yeah.
can. Like you don't need to be this qualified, certified version of who you think you need to be in order to
Yes.
achieve what you need to do. Because that would have stopped me a long time ago. That would have stopped him a long time ago. Like it's you
And
can't.
it's not, yeah, and then we have nothing, we're not even close to like figuring out. We don't, I don't know, I don't even know what's going on with this life thing.
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure,
anything.
I don't know what's going on.
I
Like
don't.
we amateurs. I'm amateur to this life shit. I really don't know what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know anybody's faith, what faith you have in. I'm obviously you, Koki, but a lot of other people. But I have like, I think the one thing that got me through is like just trusting God. You know,
Yeah.
like, bro, like it's so. And this podcast is very minimal to a lot of things we've done that, you know, like I tell her a lot of crazy stuff. I'm like, yo, like I'll tell her day before. I'm like, yo, you trying to move to like what did I say? I think last time I told you like you trying to go to China, move to China for 3 months, like just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you trying to go live here? Are you trying to go do this? Or let's go do this? Da da da. Like I think because I'm able to like say let's pack our bags and go and drop everything. It's because I've been through those fearful moments. You know what I'm saying? And I've overcame it. Like when I was younger, I went and jumped and moved here, and then I did this, and I went there, and then I tried to move. You know what I'm saying? Like I think at some point I'm gonna start a fucking space company. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas I still want to stick to that obviously later in the future. But I think it's like once you just make that small little thing, if it's just picking up your camera, recording, or do whatever, bro, that small thing, it leads to way more bigger opportunities.
Yeah, you never know. Like, you never know
Yeah,
unless you try. And that's the thing. I feel like we're supposed to know what we want to do at 18. Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me. If you do, that's great. But I think there's also all of these years in our lives to just try it all. Like,
yeah,
anything that comes to your mind, anything that's been on your heart, try it, do it. You may be great at it. And
yeah.
you may love doing it. And then you may have something that comes out of it. Like,
Yes. You did go
this,
skydiving.
I did.
Explain your experience. How were you fearful? Fear, like were you scared?
Extremely. I was going to tell the guy to stop. Like, I don't want to
Yeah,
jump. I was going to tell him, never mind. I don't want to do this at all. And
yeah,
I just kind of, I think the fear in me maybe went silent at some point. And he asked if
okay.
I was ready to jump, and I just put my thumbs up, and then I
Oh
went,
yeah,
and it was the most freeing experience of my life. I would do it again. I wouldn't do it in Arizona. I would advise that lunch. Do it in another state with a pretty
yeah,
view, but the feeling alone was beautiful, and
yeah.
um, yeah,
And I was able to. I
you
got
did
lucky.
it somewhere pretty.
I did it in Miami, which is
Hmm.
crazy. And I went by. So
And he went alone.
I flew to Miami by myself. Like I think nobody in the history of, I mean, people obviously, but just flying to Miami is usually like going with your group of friends or whatever. But I think with me is like I don't want to wait for too many people. You know what I'm saying? Because you know we and also like our friends I travel a lot with my friends. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, I don't think I've never had like I've traveled back and forth to LA, but that's not really you know what I'm saying? It was during the pandemic. Anyways, let's get to it. During
Yeah,
the pandemic, I flew to Miami and I said, I'm about to have the craziest weekend of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I started booking everything. I booked fucking jet skis. I booked uh, uh, skydiving. I booked I held the fucking alligator, like an actual alligator. I held that.
the one
I
that
just
you ate.
no, it's not. I did not do that. That
You
shit.
did. You damn ate him.
If that alligator actually circled around and they flew it to New Orleans, and I just thought that'd be wild. But no, I personally, so I did the alligator thing. I did a lot of stuff. The one thing that scared me, listen, I moved to LA by myself, started planning around 17, 16 years old, moved to LA I think around when I hit 18, by myself. I did a lot of crazy shit. I've been in a lot of fucking scary situations in my life. I, I mean, you know that story. You was on the phone. I had a dude pull out a fucking knife on me. I know it's going sideways. We could talk about that story
That
later.
made me so mad.
A lot of crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like so much dramatic, crazy shit going on in my life. The scariest thing that ever. I don't fear anything really, but like this shit was fearful, bro. Like when I say I was super excited, I've been telling her for years that I want to go skydiving. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go skydiving. I'm gonna go skydiving. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go. Everything was exciting. I was like, yo, like I'm going skydiving, I'm recording, da da da. This shit's so lit. But as soon as you see that plane and they're telling you, all right, y'all, let's go, your heart dropped. Like you like.
Hmm.
I told myself the day I was going skydiving, I said, this is the day that I'm gonna die. It's okay because as long as I swear, I was like, as long I knew, I'm gonna lie. I told myself I had to convince myself, my head, that today's gonna be the day I die. Like you have to, because it's like if I'm gonna die, this is the way I want to go out. Like just really like doing some adventure stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think living life to the fullest is the key. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you want to just live life like if fear scares you so much, you gotta run towards it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever scares
Yeah,
you, run towards it. This was my fear. This is my
yeah,
biggest loop, whatever. And I'm an adventurous guy. I love shit like this. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Adrenaline. But so I'm on the plane and I'm sitting with the dude and I'm looking at him because he's not making movements. I'm like, yo, bro, you better start strapping, do something. You know, like he's just chilling. So I keep looking at him like, bro, if you don't get to work, bro, like like we're already in the air. And he do some funny shit. He like, cause this is one thing I love white people. You know what I'm saying? But white people, I feel like when it comes to like trying to be cool with black people so much, like it's lit. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, brother, brother, brother. But he did some stupid ass shit. He pissed me off, bro. So he didn't even strap me yet. He opens the fucking door. Opens the door and this debris starts slapping my face. And he like, brother, you like that? I'm like, fuck no, bro. Close that. I was so pissed, Koki. I was so pissed. Because he tried to be cool with me as my nerves is like flaming. You know what I'm saying? So we sitting there, the breeze is hitting me, and then he starts tightening it. You know what I'm saying? He starts getting to it, da da da.
I don't
And in
get
my
why
head,
they didn't do that at the bottom.
yeah, it gets to a point where you have to like, you know, then it
Oh, they
starts.
get you like tightened up.
Yeah, they start feeling like your shit is like you know, you already know how that shit feels. But yeah, they start
Yeah,
tightening it.
my guy, he kept making jokes about me. He said, "Are you ready for your last day on Earth?"
I don't play.
I was
I
like,
don't
"What the hell's wrong with you?"
because
Hold on,
I really believe
let me turn my
manifestation.
charger on.
life and energy. But yeah, we're gonna wait for Koki to get back on. There. But
Make sure it's plugged
I really believe in manifestation and like energy and stuff. Like, and I think it's funny. I used to be like that too. Where I'm like, oh, don't do this or don't. But it's like, bro, when I'm on the plane and my nerves is rushing, don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm
but
sorry, when your life is literally at this man's
yeah, like
fingertips.
bring it back to basics. Bring it back to straight basics.
Just we
You
could die.
off
Like
a
you don't
fucking
make that joke,
plane.
bro.
It's like you on Southwest Airlines or Delta
We're
or whatever,
on a plane.
and you
You
just
could
like, bro,
die.
and
The
then just
parachute
jump.
could just not work.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, so I'm ready, right? So he strapped me, and I'm like, he's like, let's get some airtime. Pretty much, that's what he was saying. I put my feet over, and I'm just sitting there. I'm looking at all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And in my head, I was just like, damn, like this is the moment I could literally be dead. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm like, yo, this is the moment I could die. Like I know God, like yo, dumbass, like like what the hell? You jumped off a fucking plane. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, bro, and my feet wiggling like a little ass kid. I'm like, shit. And then he's like, you ready? And then he started counting. But I know they lie. They say 3, 2, and they jump
You jump
off
on
2.
two.
So I
Yeah.
already like, I already know what he's about to do.
Yeah, they
So
don't
I'm
care.
ready for 2. I'm not even waiting for 1. I'm like 3, 2, and then boom. When I say I fell, that was the best moment of my fucking life. I could have shed 50 tears. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, this shit is lit. I swear, I felt so good, bro. Like, that was the moment that I realized that, and I'm not trying to copy this from Will Smith. I'm pretty sure Will Smith said it too. He's just like, once you get over that leap of fear, bro, it's the best feeling. It's the best, greatest feeling
Hmm.
ever. I appreciate that moment so much. Like after that, I literally looked at their packages. I was like, yo, like how can I jump off the plane by myself at this point?
You
You
want
know
to be
what I'm saying?
like certified, right? To be able to
Yeah, I
jump.
want to, and I still clip this moment. I will be certified. You know what I'm saying? Like I
I
will
actually
get it.
believe it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was there. I was just like, damn, like I went from like being nervous about jumping to like, no, I need my own shit now. Like y'all niggas, this shit even too slow. I need to go higher. You know what I'm saying? And I need to jump that shit 3 times in a row. Like
Mm-hmm.
I need to. And also, I'm very bad at I have bad like dizzy problems and stuff like that. So I don't think I ever told you this story. This is the crazy part. I'm very bad at getting dizzy. So we went down and he started doing some tricks. Like he started moving it left and right and we started doing spins. And I was so dizzy I needed to throw up. But I was scared to tell him because it was during COVID.
Imagine.
Yeah, I was scared to tell him because it was during COVID times. And somebody on our plane coughed. And the dude got mad. He's like, "Do you have COVID?" So I'm like, "Fuck." If I tell this shit I'm
That's
about
the
to throw
moment where
up,
you can't clear your throat.
yeah, I couldn't breathe. I literally saw, I swear to God, Cookie, I was about to pass out. So I told him, I said, hey, bro. He's like, yeah. I said, can you stop? He's like, yeah, everything good? I said, I'm about to pass out. He said, pass out? I said, yeah. He said, man, do you have COVID? In the middle of we fucking flying, this nigga asked me if I have COVID. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no. He's like, you sure? I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to have a whole interview right now. Like, let me just breathe. You know what I'm saying? And then as we were going down, bro, my head was so dizzy that I didn't know you were supposed to you're supposed to like kick
You're
your
supposed
feet
to
up.
put your feet up, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't. And we both fell and shit. Like I was just like, it's whatever,
I
bro.
felt too. It's okay.
You fell?
Yeah. He didn't teach me how to land. He was like, put your feet down. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
Why would I do that? You need to hold me.
yeah, bro. Did you
Oh,
ever stop by yourself?
no.
Nah,
I
too
don't want to
much.
be responsible for my own life. Yes. I'd rather have someone else be responsible.
I feel.
I don't want to be yeah. I don't want to be responsible for like having to pull the chute and like because I know me, I'll like be like, wait, what? When am I supposed to do it? I'm
Yeah,
glad
that's
tell me to.
situations like that
Yeah,
where
but I
people.
would do it again in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. I feel like somewhere like tropical or like Dubai or something would be really fun.
Can you skydive in Europe? Is that possible?
Probably have to go upstate. I wouldn't see it. I don't know. I mean, I don't. Maybe they do. That'd
Probably
be
it's
kind of pretty.
the
Yeah,
views. I
you
know
have
the
to
views.
land in the water. There's nowhere in the city. Think you know.
Yeah, I know the views is crazy. I know we're talking about skydiving and stuff like that in our future adventurous stuff. Like, what kind of future goals do you have within acting? Do you feel like you got some crazy roles or anything crazy that you want to get into? I know you said you wanted to. I don't know if you want to speak about the show that you recently said that you would love to play. Not no weird shit, but
I mean, I would love, like, I think for me, there's no specifics, but
yeah,
I like shows like I love Rue from Euphoria. I love Gia's character from Euphoria.
yeah.
Uh, just like some intense stuff. Like I just want to cry a lot and yell at people. So I'm excited
We
for
did have
that.
a Jordan
All right,
Peele
let's
movie.
go. Improv, go.
Are
I'm just
we
kidding. No,
ready? Let's do it. We on camera?
no. My aunt's gonna think I'm actually fighting
I
somebody.
hate. Don't you hate when people I tell you that though? Like, if you tell
Go ahead
somebody,
and I've never gotten that, but I remember you have. Act for me. Like what?
I feel like a damn slave. I'm like, what?
No,
Like,
I've never gotten that though.
yes, sir.
Thankfully.
So, yeah, I hate when people do that shit, bro. It's
Yeah.
like, it's like if you're an artist or singer, and then you're
Sing
like,
for
oh,
me.
you sing. Well, then sing, nigga.
Yeah, no. I've
Like,
gotten
bro,
that
what
before.
the fuck, nigga? You better start tap dancing. Like that shit weird, bro. I hate that forceful shit, man.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have any like I think for me it's just I wanna my goals are just to have longevity, to like have a career that's successful in like in the sense of like I still book. That I book in
Yeah,
general. And I just hope like I'm happy like doing it. Like once I'm not happy doing this, that's when we gotta switch gears and go do something else. But this is
and it's
I'm genuine
right.
happy doing this. Huh?
Yeah, and it's okay to change, right?
And it's okay to change. I think that's the biggest thing where like a lot of people like it was kind of like something I didn't talk about for a long time. I remember I think it took me up until I was about to take my first class. That's when I told you. I enrolled like a month prior, didn't tell anyone. And then it took me a really long time to even like be vocal about it and stuff. And yeah, so for a lot of people, it's like a big shock. It's like, wait, you were going to college doing this, and then now you're doing that. Wait, where did the gap happen?
Yeah,
So I think it's fine to change because I did that. I like completely shifted what I'm doing,
yeah.
and so are you. Like it's if you're happy doing
Bro,
it,
like, I mean, I make music, right? I just finished recording a song. Like, I podcast. Like, I don't like when people ask me, "What do you like?" People generally ask me, "What do you do?" Like, are you still an actor? Are you making music now? I see you coming up with a company called, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna disclose that name. Like,
TBD.
what do you do? How are you doing? Da, da, da. I'm like, bro,
Where do you
honestly,
live?
where do I live? I get that asked. I literally got that asked yesterday by one of my boys. I get that asked a lot of times. Like, where do you live? Like, are you here? Are you there? Are you
People
this or
ask
that?
me, where do you live? Where
And
is he
nigga, make
at?
it. Let's say, yeah.
I don't
Even
know
my name,
where he's at.
even the funny. You know what the funniest thing when people would be confused about is my name, because I just be changing that shit every week. They'd be
That's
like,
cool.
bro, are you Abel? Are you Lance? Are you Carter? Are you Saint? Are you this? Are you that? Are you? I think once you get over the fear, like once you get over the leap of not caring what people think, it's a dangerous move because you just do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't structure myself on people's views. So I'm like, I can't move here because people are gonna keep thinking this, or I can't change my name 10 times because I feel like people are gonna be confused about this and this.
Listen,
I
Snoop
do
Dogg
it.
changed his name 10 times. We're not over here doing nothing about it. So,
I just do it. But this name, like the name right now, is called the Saintcarter podcast. I'll probably change that shit to an actual, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I'm not going to change though is like, I built the habit of being consistent, you know what I'm saying? So I will be consistent with this podcast. So every week, definitely a podcast will be out. I promise that on everything I love. But yeah, a lot of like she said, what Koki was saying is like, don't be afraid to change. Like change is beautiful because it's literally a sign of growth. You know,
yeah.
if you started something and you feel stuck, it's okay because like it's okay to switch. You gotta know the difference between like, okay, I gotta fight through this because these are obstacles, or like, damn, this shit is not making me happy. I'm depressed. Then switch, bro. Who gives a fuck? Don't worry about Sally or really or whatever. Like, do what makes you happy, bro. Because
So don't worry about Sally.
I just started name. I didn't want to name somebody I knew because then it would have been bad.
Yeah, we don't know no Sally's.
I had to make
No.
sure.
I
I was
think
about to. I didn't want to name drop.
no, I
I had
think
to
it's
make.
important. I think
Yeah.
change is good. I think you can change your mind whenever you want. And
Yes.
as long as, like, I think this is like the philosophies. If you know at the bottom of your heart you're not hurting anyone, you're like intentionally. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not being harmful, you're not being harmful to yourself, and like you're following God. Like I think like all you can do is just continue to do what you're doing. You know what I mean?
That's real. That's
Like
real.
there's nothing stopping you. Good night, everybody.
That's the best. 100%.
I'm
100.
just kidding, but like, genuinely, I feel like if you're not being a bad person. You know what I mean? Like why can't I do this as many times as I want? Why can't I change my mind as many? Like
Yeah.
it's not hurting anything. It's not hurting anyone. If anything, it's helping you grow. And people, that's the thing. People are always going to have opinions. People are always
Yes.
going to talk. That's never going to
Yeah.
stop. And I think I was listening to a podcast yesterday and they were talking about how that's the one thing that you will never be able to control. The only thing that you can control is your, the way you react to that and
Yeah.
um, the way that you perceive that. Like if someone like you said, if you're not harming anyone, if you're not if you know in your heart you haven't done a thing,
Yeah.
then whatever opinion a person may have of you is the reflection of themselves, and that's all. That's the only thing that they can do.
Yes,
That's it.
sir. She said it.
That's it.
She
I
she
always
said
say
it.
move with love, move with
Yes.
kindness.
Yes.
Uh, I have so much love for everybody and every person I encounter in my life, and I never
It's always
ever ever want to move with any kind of anything. So once you practice gratitude, once you practice just all of that stuff, that's when it comes to mind. Because I've definitely been the person like hurt people, and I've definitely been that person.
yeah.
And I was hurting, I
Yeah.
didn't care, and I
We all.
probably have hurt people in that process. We all have, but I think once you work on the inner and you work on gratitude and you work on love in yours, shout out J.
Yeah.
Cole, you know, then you can spread more love.
Yeah.
I sound like a hippie
And back to what you said about hurt people hurt.
using
So like
the mic that don't work.
this don't work. I've been really doing this the whole podcast. It's crazy though, because I first said it was aesthetics, but do you understand how weird it'd be just like
No, but it picks off your voice like from the
yeah.
side. You know what I mean? But no, it's
No,
my bad. I kind of
I
ruined
think
your
it's
flow.
more for the
Continue.
I I think it
I
just makes like a whole
I
production.
apologize. Do you accept my handshake?
I love that you called that out because I think the people forgot and they got convinced, but then now they're like, yo, Saintcarter didn't play.
It's the actor in you. You can't get rid of it. It's still in
Yeah.
there.
I genuinely feel like this mic is on, but we gonna roll with it. I had a question though. I saw based off what you were saying about hurt people. Like I have a thing where if somebody does something shady to me or does something very fucking like, damn, you a dirty ass person for that. You know what I'm saying? I I generally it's still love with me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I really follow by the theory of hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So if they
Yeah.
doing something to hurt me, I generally feel like when they look in the mirror when they wake up, they do not love themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I it's
I
like
don't know why that
it's
sounds so harsh. But
me,
yeah.
I swear, because that just makes me happier. It's more of like instead of like me putting my energy of like
Yeah, it's
fuck
not
you,
on you. It's
da da
on
da
them.
da. But you know what I say? In my head, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I wish I had a free coupon to get you therapy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I had whatever I can to get you therapy right now. Because right now you need help. Because your ass just a fucking your ass need help, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I
No.
always believe generally at peace and you there's no you don't have time to be like doing something. You don't have time to hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people that hate in their heart, it's like I generally feel bad. You know, that's why when I do, and I know it's gonna come, but when the hate comes, like I think it's more of a form of love. I know it's gonna sound crazy. People are so confused, but I think hate is a form of love because um, it just kind of challenges yourself to love yourself so much more because if you let these things get to you, you're gonna fold, bro. You're gonna fold. You know, like
Yeah.
these people
But I
that
think
are
that's with life, I feel like. No matter
yeah,
what, there's gonna
yeah,
be I think I was talking to you about this yesterday. There's gonna be negative things that happen no matter what.
yes, yes,
And that's like I think that's inevitable. it's gonna, like, bad things happen, and it could be like horrible things, or it could be just like you missed the bus, or you know what I mean, you're late here or whatever. Like, I guess that's perspective of saying, oh yeah, that's just something that happened, or it's a bad day. Like, and that's where it's at. Like, negative things and things may not go your way. I think that's what it is. Things may not always go your way, but I think if you keep perspective and keep gratitude, then leading with that, no matter what,
Yeah.
it'll always be a positive outcome. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can't really have bad days. Like, I think I had like a horrible day the other day. Someone would probably strike that as like one of the worst, you know what I mean, a really, really bad day. But I laughed throughout the whole thing. And so if anything, like,
He was very positive.
extremely positive.
Positive.
Extremely positive.
Everything. Like when things go bad, like it's not everything's a lesson. You know, like I always say that as like everything's a challenge. But obviously, at the beginning phases of things happening to, your emotions are gonna be out. You know, but at some point there's a limit where you have to change your perspective. You know,
You
and
have to.
you definitely live a happier life when you see things from a different perspective. I
Yeah.
remember I've been in situations with certain friends, certain people, and it'd be a very tough situation. And what I would do is I'd always lean towards like just changing the perspective of it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I think last week I had a flat tire. My shit was bad. You know what I'm saying? And then where was I supposed to go that day? I had a flat tire. Actually, I was supposed to pick you up right when you were out here. It wasn't last week. I'm tripping. It was like a couple months ago when you were out here. I was gonna come. I had to pick her up. She had an acting class, and she just got rid of her car because she was moving to New York. And my shit flat. It's like fucking two tires done. Right. I was in the stuck of the street. Called her up, said I couldn't pick her up. So much other shit. My homie calling me saying he canceled on this and I couldn't do that. So much shit was just going on, bro. Like, and also like I don't know if you guys know, like a lot of in our community, a lot of people like be passing away. You know what I'm saying? So it just be like a lot of pressure of just like dealing with like friends and this, just so much shit going on where it's like you gotta fucking your mental health gotta be tough. Like when I say tough, I'm talking about like you gotta love yourself. It's not even about being tough. Like we all have our vulnerabilities and stuff like that. Like I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't know if you're willing to open up, but I go to therapy. Therapy's changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Is that you, here we
Me
go?
too. Me too. Yeah. I
So I go
think
to
that's important. I think taking care of yourself, making sure that
yeah,
you go to, I mean, therapy is always an amazing resource. I know not a lot of people can have it, but I think if you can, it's great. And I think also, um, like talking to people, talking to someone that you feel like you can confide in, especially in a, you know what I mean? No matter what, I think it's really important to have someone to talk to.
yes,
Um,
yeah,
and yeah, and I think perspective, I think praying, I think having something that's bigger than yourself to believe in allows you to have more hope in what's to come in the future. And I think for me, that's God. And that's knowing that if I have, you know what I mean? I have faith in that there's a greater purpose in all of this. It allows any negativity that comes your way to be something that you brush off. And yeah, and that's with anything, like big or small things that happen in your life. I think leaning on God and leaning on the people around you, people that you're very close to, and leaning on yourself and taking care of yourself, taking those breaks when you need to take them, pushing yourself out of those ruts when you're in them. Because I know that's me. Like I've been in days where I didn't want to do anything at all, and I've had to pick
yeah.
myself up out of that. And so yeah, I think it's a lot of things. But how do we get here? I don't know.
You're talking about that. So even with like, uh, but it's a great topic for people, you know, because I think in our community, like bro, mental health is like overshadowed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, very much.
I think people put they because I've dealt, and we can have a conversation for that probably next time. But I've dealt with a lot of struggles with mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? Like in and out of therapy, in and out of hospitals, like in and out of different medications. It's crazy for me to open up like this, but I've been through my shares, and I realized that bro. So after you get like once I got healthy and I felt good and my mental health got, I'm like when I woke up, that's the day that I woke up when I finally found out what was going on, and I took my medication, and when I woke up that day, I looked around and I was like, wait, this is what life's about? Like, this is what life looks like? Like,
Mm.
your head is not fucking clogged. You're not low. You're not depressed all the time. You don't have these certain situations. And I'm like, there's no way a person that was born or feeling healthy all the time, or just that just deals with stress or whatever, there's no way that they would understand why that kid is in his bed till 4 a.m. struggling with their mental health. There's no
Yeah.
way. I've
And I
preached about
think
this
there's
before.
there's not as much sympathy when it comes to it,
There's
our
no way.
community either, because it's always associated with like
Yeah,
you're possessed, or you're lazy, or you're this or that, and like that's the part
bro.
where I feel like our we need to speak up more on, because
Yeah.
it's not
Even
true.
when I say I woke up that day, first time in probably 10 years, 15 years, I swear.
Yeah.
And you experienced all that, but like when I woke up that day, I looked around and I was just like, if I felt like this my whole life, there's no fucking way I would understand what this person going through deep depression, fighting for their life. I'm talking about suicidal, trying to fucking breathe, can't catch a break. I would not understand that, because my minimum, or my type of definition of depression is probably stress, or like fucking getting lost on my job, because that's a form of depression too. That's, people don't get confused. It's like there's different forms of depression and mental health issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so bipolar, schizophrenia, a lot of other stuff, depression. So like anxiety. So I'm saying, like, if you're going through stuff, if you're struggling with your mental health, talk to people that've been through that. It's way easier. Like, if you can speak to somebody that understands exactly what you're going through, I promise you it'd be way better. Because when I was going through stuff and I try to open up to people, and the topics were always like, just, you got it, just get up, just go through this, you got it, you got it, you got it. And sometimes I just didn't feel like I got it. You know what I'm saying? I just felt, I tried, I pushed. And I'm pretty sure you can talk for yourself as well, as when it comes to like those moments of depression and stuff like that. It's like, bro, if your mental health is not right, you gotta fight to get help ASAP, because it does not. The time gets better, days get better, but you have to put some type of effort in. You know what I'm saying? Because it
Yeah.
gets tough, bro. It gets tough. And like I said, you definitely, it's important to have an ear, because during my situation, I was isolating, and I'm pretty sure you can agree on that as well. I had a bad habit of isolating, because I just didn't want, I didn't want nobody to know. I didn't want the world to know. I grew up on, you got to be tough. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, there's no such thing. I never really, mental health issues was not even a thing in my family, or anywhere I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I barely knew what anxiety, depression, or anything was. I know it sounds crazy, but until I was like 19, 20, until I started experiencing it, then I started doing my research. But I used to feel comfortable to talk about stuff like this, but now I feel proud, because it's like, when I go to God, or when I pray, or when I go, talk to therapy, it's like, damn, like, you going through what you're going through, like, it's gonna get better. Like, I know it sounds tough, and I know it sounds, you're in a bad situation. I promise you, it's gonna get better. And I know you've experienced those type of feelings on your side as well, right? With depression.
Yeah. I was a little depressed, espresso depresso.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, I had my, it was like, I don't know where it came from, but
yeah.
I had my low moments, and they were very low moments, and I did start going to therapy, and then I started going to then not long after I found acting, and it became, it sounds so cheesy, but it's true. It became a form
No,
of therapy. I saw a
yeah.
quote yesterday, like about people being cringe, and
About therapy.
no, no, no. Just this is like a side note. About
Okay.
people being it was a TikTok. I'll be honest. A lot of my source credits to
Nah.
TikTok, and I know we always try to say I saw it on the internet. You saw it on TikTok. Um, but I saw a video, and she was like, I don't know why everyone is so upset about, like, why, if someone tries something it's cringe, or does something it's cringe, but you need to be cringy. I
Yeah.
don't say cringe. That's so random. But no one's, you have to be cringy. what society deems as cringy in order to try things that you like and stuff like that. I don't know. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But it just
Yeah,
reminded me of me saying like, it sounds, you know, it sounds cheesy, sounds cringy, but it did save. I don't want to say save my life, but it helped me. You know what I mean? Overcome. I had a lot of social anxiety, which I've never had before. I had a lot of anxiety. I didn't like have a lot of motivation to get up during the week, and that was
yeah,
like the only thing I like at the time, only thing I looked forward to, like just going to those classes,
yeah,
and then from there, I think things changed for me. But like you were saying, I think it's really important. I did isolate myself as well, like I think isolated. We both isolated, and then we only had each other, and then that was also like we're both in our ruts, and that was not good for either of us.
oh,
um,
yeah.
yeah, but I,
We
but,
stuck.
but we stuck through it, and it was also a pandemic, so it was also very like, from on my end, it was a pandemic. It was a very weird time. It was a very crazy shift, and yeah, and anyways, um, I think at the end of the day, it's really important to talk to someone who, just talk to someone. I think that's always the first start, and
Yes.
And, if they know or like a little bit about, they have empathy towards mental health, or if they have experience, or if they're a professional, I think that's also like check, check, check mark. But if you just need someone to talk to, just start with there. Because, you know what I mean? You never know what will come out of that conversation. You like, don't let fear be the reason why you couldn't talk to somebody. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Bro.
And I thank you for being so open and being so
That,
open and like no, just really speaking up about this stuff, because I know for a long time like that's stuff you've never talked about like to anyone. I
nah,
think only really with
yeah,
me, and
yeah,
just
and
the
that was
fact,
tough.
yeah, and that was tough.
Yeah,
That was like freaking breaking a wall down. Like you would never
yeah,
talk about anything, and so I'm just big
yeah.
big moment
And
for you.
like,
A round of
I've
applause.
been, yeah, I appreciate you, and I'm very open about it.
You
Before
are.
I would not tell nobody. Nobody in my family knew. Nobody. I've dated you. We've been dating and talking and being cool for so many years. I never said anything. But this was like 10 years of suffering, Like 10 years of not knowing. Can you imagine 10 years of not knowing what the fuck is going on with your head? And you're
Yeah.
doing everything that you love and makes you happy. And you genuinely do not know what the fuck is going on. And you fighting on your own. You fighting. And like, I'll be open and explain like what it was, It's gonna be hard, but I come to find out of so many different therapy sessions, so many different things, like come to find out that I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which is fucking crazy, bro. Because I didn't even know what the fuck there's such a stigma on bipolar where we think it's like you go from here, then you go from there, then you go from here, when you go from there. But really, just so I can, because I know there's gonna be somebody watching this that maybe goes through the same thing or whatever, and maybe I remember me learning about it. I watched some YouTube videos, but you have manic highs and like really bad lows. So you can go from I
A
don't
lot
even
of
want to explain it.
energy. Just high
Yes,
energy.
great like crazy shit. Like your head feels like you're boiling hot water. You're fucking all over the place. You're splattering, saying like going crazy. You basically you that person is going wild. You know what I'm saying? And then you got stupid lows where you can't even get out of bed. Like you can't tie your shoes. Like, can you imagine a grown man not being able to tie his shoes because you're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it's like once I found out, because at first I thought it was depression, but I'm like, bro, I'm doing what I love. Like I feel happy. My life is beautiful. Like why do I feel like this? But then when I took medication, the medication that they gave me, like I'm like, okay, this is normal life, bro. And I remember she was with me the first day. I was like, wait. I was like, the birds are chirping like really clear.
So wow, it's nice
I was like, wow,
outside.
fucking blue. Like I think I woke up after 10. I'm like, whoa, like
It's like you
damn,
changed the channel.
I'm like, what the fuck? This shit's wild, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I literally went to Starbucks about like 8 times that day. Just because Starbucks just looked cool. I was like, people walking in, I'm like,
You
damn.
did?
So it felt like the moment. You know how in white neighborhoods they're like, "Hey, Jerry." It felt like that. I felt like I was part of society. I
Like a
was waving at people,
sitcom. Yeah.
bro. Like construction workers doing the like. I wanted to join them just because like I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Right.
What happens is once you get healthy and you get better, you appreciate everything. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate, and you know, I'll be on the phone with you. I'm like, "Yo, like." Them birds, like they look crazy. I'm like, these birds are wild. Like, I'm like, I appreciate every fucking moment. So like, my thing I always say is, get your mental health right. Follow your passion, your light, and your life will be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Everything else will follow. You know, like, but mental health is first, bro. Fuck,
Hmm.
man.
But not
But I love it
perfect.
though.
I think there's nothing perfect in this world.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wow,
Mm.
Kogi, Sarah. What's your Instagram name? That's the
Oh,
confusion. Is it
good
Sarah?
Lord. We're working on it.
Okay.
So
We're gonna
it's
switch it
okay.
up.
The reason why it's Sariyyay, sorry,
Okay.
yay, but
Sorry, yeah.
it's supposed to come off as Sariye, like
Ah,
Sariye, like it's like
sorry,
a
yeah.
what Habeshas
Sorry.
use is like
Yeah.
Abeliye, like
Uh,
But
I think Mexico too.
huh?
They add the
Iye.
Mexico to do it. They add the le at the end.
Miguel. No, they say like Miguelito.
Ah, you're right. You're right.
It's like
You're
one
right.
of those little. But anyways, yeah, that's what it is. But we'll change it soon. But for now, it's Saturday. I don't know if
Sorry,
are you
yes.
gonna put it right here?
I can try.
Can you?
We're gonna see if I do
If
it. If
not,
I
you're just
don't do
gonna make
it,
me look stupid.
so
It's
we're
okay,
gonna do it
leave it
right.
anyways.
All right, I got you. We're gonna leave her at right there. I'm gonna try my best to do it. I can do it actually. I'm gonna do that. But we're gonna leave her at right there at Sadia, right? Sadia. Go ahead and follow her on social. I think TikTok is your biggest thing, right? You got like what? We're going 6K followers, almost seven. Or how about where we at right
I like that you bragging me
now?
up. I'm at like
We're gonna
5K right now.
30,000. She got 50K. Go follow her
We're gonna
right now.
manifest that. I just love
Yeah, she
TikTok.
got
It's so fun.
yeah, bro.
And
Um,
on all platforms. I don't have Twitter,
yes.
so TikTok and IG. What's yours? Drop your app.
Man, Saint Carter. You can find me on Saint Carter on TikTok, Saint Carter on socials. Come on, man. But I think today's about you, man.
And
So I have one more thing.
Twitter.
And Twitter, Saint Carter, Saint Carter. Well, Saint Rose Carter, but yeah, Saint Rose Carter. It's crazy because when you put that pressure on me, it's kind of weird. You know what
I
I'm saying?
know. So it's like a tennis match. You go back and forth.
Yeah, it's kind of. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, it's your
Saint,
show. You better own it.
definitely. So Saint Rose Carter. I think it's with the socials part because it's like, follow me on da 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 da. But
It's
anyway,
so
let's get to the.
weird, huh? I know.
So
I did a podcast last time, and then they were like, "What's your social?" I was like, I don't know how to spit it out.
yeah, 100%. And I think because we're taking this so serious, where
We
it's needed to
are.
say that.
Do you see this
We don't know what.
setup? This is legit.
Yeah,
Look at this.
shit crazy. This is legit, yo. This is not no foo foo
Top of
shit.
the
You know what I'm saying?
line. Look at me.
Bro, I
I'm in
got
my little
I came ready. If you
old
ain't come
chair.
ready, man, you gotta come ready, prepared. If I wasn't
Hmm.
prepared, probably definitely would have been. We would probably would have delayed this a couple of days. But this is like a last minute thing, and I appreciate you so much once again. Like I appreciate you for coming last minute and showing out. Great topics. A lot of people I'm pretty sure are going to be impactful by this podcast, and I definitely love to have you again, man, for sure. I still got to definitely things I swear I want. Of course, man. Next time we get her on here, she's gonna book a big role in NYC. I promise you, it's gonna happen. NYC, big. She's got 2 films out. Her third one's gonna come out. Go check out her films too. I go on YouTube, by
They're
the
on
way.
YouTube.
But
They're on my TikTok link and
yes,
IG. I think I have them linked there. But Tiana
cool, cool.
Felice. I'll put it right here.
There we go. Go
Ding.
watch your movies. Thank you. It was nice talking to you. This outro is weird. I'm pretty sure gonna call you right after this shit. But we're gonna act like we're just not gonna see each other after this.
We don't
It
need
was
to
nice.
talk for the first time. So nice meeting you. Thank you for this
Nice.
great opportunity. And I hope to work together soon.
Definitely, I'll definitely talk to you in upcoming months, and
Yeah.
we'll do it again. All right.
I'll email you.
Check my email. I'm gonna send you an email on an upcoming schedule and when I can book
Got
you
it.
again. And I know I gotta go through your assistant and everything.
Yeah,
So just let me
and yours.
make sure. Yeah, just make sure she answers her calls. She never answers my calls or anything. So just go from there.
Why you
Bougie
calling my
ass.
assistant? Why you calling her like that? You supposed to call him. I then.
Anyways, thank you so much. Thank y'all for watching. And let's get it.